Hey everyone, it's Christina here from One Happy Mama, and I have a little something different for you on the blog today for Project Life Tuesday. Today I'm starting a 3-part series just going over my daughter's baby album that I created using Project Life. Just a little background history about this album. I used to be an 8.5 by 11 scrapbooker, and a few years ago I just got kind of burnt out, a little overwhelmed by the whole process of all the products that were out there, the trends, photo placement, finding the perfect title for that layout. It just became too much. I felt like I lost my purpose for scrapbooking. I concentrated too much on cute products and, just sticking with trends. And I really wanted to get down to the meat and bones of why I scrapbook, just photos and journaling and memories. And, it's not for everybody to make a switch like that, but I'm so happy I found Project Life because it's just so simple. It's, an organized way to do it. I just get such, pleasure out of putting, photos and memorabilia and little journaling cards into these little pockets and seeing a completed album that takes no time at all, no effort hardly. And I hope that you find some inspiration in this. So I decided to take the hundreds of layouts that I had of my daughter, and yes, I do mean hundreds, from birth to 6 years old. And I decided to redo her baby album and kind of make her, I guess you would call this a baby slash toddler slash early childhood album, because I decided to incorporate it all in this one album from birth to about 6 years old until I started Project Life. And so that is what I did with this album. And I want to show you that it might sound a little overwhelming and tedious, but really it wasn't at all. I used the Baby Girl Project Life core kit, which I love. It's so sweet. Here's a bunch of the cards from it. What I love about this kit is it has lots of journaling prompt cards, which are perfect if you're, wanting to get those memories down. It kind of prompts you, to tell your child's story, which makes it so easy. On this first page, this is my intro page. It just has a couple of the, pretty filler cards, and it has how we found out you were on the way, and so I wrote the story about that, and the pregnancy test photo, which I know lots of moms have, and I probably took more than 3 because I was kind of shocked. But so there's our my first page of her album. I'll turn it and move it this way. Excuse the glare, I'm sorry. But here's the second page. I just included an ultrasound photo. We have more cards. This is mom's food cravings, pregnancy quirks, maternity photos, little stories. On this page, I've got the little paint sample from her first little room that I kept. Just punched holes in it, stuck it on the binder rings. More photos of her first room and the story about her daddy putting so much love into her first room. The first little gift that we bought for her, that's how we told my family she was a girl. They opened it up and they saw the little rose hat, and that's how we told everybody. And there's more prompt cards preparing for you, getting your room ready. So super easy to put an album like this together once you have all your pictures and memories. Just simply slide it all in. This is labor and delivery, so we've got my hospital bag, hospital photos, birth story. I've got the little hospital hat here. I just used a 5x7 page protector. Just put some little glue dots on it and put it in a craft cardstock and slipped it in. This is the little labor and delivery timeline that I did when I was having my daughter. I just kind of wrote down the timeline of how everything happened just to remember, because I wanted to work like that. On this side, I just put some goodies from the baby shower that my sisters threw for me. So like the little napkin from it, a blank invitation. And here's photos of my daughter being born. Her first little birth facts card. Love that card. And you'll see throughout this album that there are a lot of, let me see if I can zoom in on this, a lot of older embellishments that you might remember from back in the day. And that is because I thought it was very important not to just trash those layouts that I made, because I did put time and money into them and they were special to me. And so I reused probably 95% of all the embellishments that were on my layouts. And even I was able to reuse some of the photos, so I was really happy about that. So if you do want to start from scratch or redo something, just think about saving, or at least trying to save as much as possible, and reincorporating it into your Project Life album. It's doable, it really is. Okay. So let me back out. On this page, we just have some more hospital goodies. There's the hospital bracelets. Here's another older little journaling card from back in the day. I just glued it on top of this 4x6 filler card. On this side, it just has my daughter's name and why we named her that, and more photos. And then I also just thought I'd go ahead and start doing a couple of like her firsts. So we've got her first little bath here. There's her first yawn that I captured. And then just some other little photos. And something else you'll see through this album are actual scrapbook layouts that I kept. And here's one that I did back in the day that's very special to me. Your First Bible. And it's just the story of my daughter's first Bible and how she got it. And actually my husband just went into a store one day and he came out with this little first Bible, and it was just such a sweet little, so sweet and touching. And he wrote a little inscription to her in the front of it. And the really sentimental and super sweet thing about this is that this little cross charm that's on this layout up here, you can see, was on my husband's first Bible when he was little, and he gave it to my daughter. And so I thought it was important to incorporate this layout into the album. I definitely didn't want to trash it. I didn't want to redo it. I loved it just the way it was. And so it's easy just to take an 8.5 by 11 or a 12 by 12 page protector, whatever size your layout is, and just incorporate it in your album. There's no rules, so go for it is what I say. On this side, I've got another layout, and this is just another one that I wanted to keep. Just has some good tidbits that I wrote down of my daughter. You'll see throughout my album that I kept a lot of these and incorporated them into this album. Like, well, you'll see in a minute of some other ones. But this is what I love about you, and it says, like, I love how you open your mouth and bend down to give me a kiss, and I love how you scrunch up your nose and make the silly daddy face. Just things I wanted to remember, and I didn't want to have to redo. And I thought that the layout was super sweet and timeless and cute. And so there's more pictures and embellishments. Okay, and this is how I did. I've gotten some questions about how I did the monthly section of my daughter's album. Let me see, I've got a glare. Here we go. What I decided to do, and you can do this whatever way you want. You can do it like I did, which I wanted it all together. So as I turned the page, I would see like my daughter growing through the year, and I would see all of her stats. So here we've got the 1, 2, and across the other page we've got 3 and 4. Those are the month cards. And then below it we have the little this month stats cards, which I just love. That's in the kit as well. So I've got the date and her stats and little tidbits about her at that time, and I have a little picture of her at 1 month, and I used a little thicker sticker right there. And so I just went, and you can see I did that across the next few pages. There's 3, 4, and 5. Let me turn the page for you. And then we've got 6, 7, and 8. So you can kind of see. That's how we did that. And a couple filler cards. And then I've got 11 and 12. And you'll see throughout my album as well that I do have some empty spots that I have to go back and fill things in. This one right here is a spot that I'm going to rewrite the little letter that I wrote my daughter when she turned 1 year old. Haven't gotten around to do that yet, but that's what that's for. And I know to go back and do that, and it won't take any time at all. Okay, and we've got more pictures, more journaling cards. This is basically just 3x4 pictures, journaling cards, 4x6 photos, and the 4x6 cards and a date stamp and a pen. Super easy. And just getting the memories down. There's my daughter meeting her great grandma for the first time. And then a picture of my daughter discovering her feet for the first time. Okay. Some more first time in her high chair eating rice cereal. And then we've got just another layout that I loved about her pacifier. It was kind of funny. She'd drop it 500 times a day. Another layout. Okay, and then just more pictures. First time in a swing. And on this one, you'll see this is just pictures and a couple embellishments. There's no journaling. You don't have to have journaling on every single page that goes with every single photo. Photos do say a lot, so just remember that. You don't have to feel pressured to journal about every single photo that you include in your album. Okay, then we have another little layout that I loved about our Poo-mobile. Oops. And then another layout, just a sweet little layout about my daughter and I, and a photo that I love. Oops. Okay, and then we have, let me scoot this out here. Okay, then we have just some more first veggies, first time touching the grass, which you can see she did not like. More older embellishments I incorporated. There's her first time in the pool. So you can see I just went through and, you know, went chronologically, which is, if you're taking pictures, you probably have them chronologically anyway on your computer and folders. If not, that's probably a great place to start if you're starting out. Just get all your photos together, and maybe if you don't put your photos out at home, wait for one of those really good deals like at Shutterfly or Snapfish when you get like 300 prints for 20 bucks or something, and print them out that way. Or just do a little bit at a time. Okay, more, get that glare off there. Some more photos. This is an older little journaling card about top 10 lists, and it has her top 10 list of her favorite books. Another layout I couldn't bear to part with. Another layout over on this side, and then you can see, and then just some more photos and stories. Let me go through a little bit. I'm almost to the end of this part 1 series for you. Just wanted to show you how I started it off. And then just some more little memories and tidbits of how she used to crawl, first time at the zoo. And when it got to be her 1 year milestone, I also have her little first birthday invitation that I made with a little cupcake. I just stuck it in a 5x7 page protector. And on the back, I'll zoom into this, I just have a few little pictures of it that I love. She doesn't like her hands dirty. And this little felt cupcake that I made, and it was actually on the scrapbook page. I just took it off and repurposed it right here. And then it goes into, you know, a little bit after her first year. Just more stories, more photos, a few more embellishments. Okay, and then we have on this side the same thing, more photos. See, so there's really no rhyme or reason to how you do your album. You just get those memories and photos down. Here is something that I kept back in the day, which I love. Just her first little drawings, her little artwork that I had stuck in these little page protectors. And I just put them right here in this little section. A full page of just photos with one little embellishment up there. And I'll probably come to a stop right here because, as you can see on this page, I started incorporating some of the blush kit, which I just love. Another favorite kit of mine is the blush, especially if you have a little girl. It's just so super cute. And so this is when she starts getting a little bit up there in the age, and the toddler years are coming. And so I'm going to stop the video right here, but if you have any questions, just be sure to leave them in the comment section. I'll be happy to answer them as soon as I can. And I'll get another video ready for next week's Project Life Tuesday, and you can kind of see how I kept going with this album. And I hope that it inspires you and you get some good ideas from it. And I hope that if you haven't created an album like this for your child or your children, that you think about it. Super easy to do. So glad that I do the Project Life style of memory keeping, because it just has really simplified the process for me. Made it more enjoyable, less stressful, and it really is a lot of fun. And my daughter loves going through this. That's something I'll have to take a video of, because she just oohs and ahs over it, and like, oh, I remember that, and oh, I didn't know that. And I'm so glad you have a picture of this, Mom. And you know, it's just so neat to go and look back, and that's what it's all about. There's no rules. You just make it work for you. And I just hope that you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you have any questions, and I'll be back next week with another Project Life Tuesday. Thanks so much.